The following views do not represent those of Google or YouTube Incorporated and are strictly those of the video's director. Hi YouTube, my name is ReallyRick, and what I'm about to say may be very controversial to some of you. In fact, it may be downright offensive. But I ask that you listen with an open mind before you judge what I have to say. George Bush, Dick Cheney, and this administration killed almost 3,000 innocent civilians on September 11th. The proof is irrefutable now. 9/11 was an inside job, perpetrated by the neocons and the Council on Foreign Relations. In addition, 40 to 60,000 of our brave first responders who worked at Ground Zero and were told that the air was safe to breathe are now sick and dying. Then there's the war on terror and the war in Iraq, so far killing 4,000 servicemen and women and potentially hundreds of thousands of innocent Iraqi and Afghani civilians. It has also been proven that the evidence leading up to the war in Iraq was falsified, lies, and completely made up by the Bush administration as a pretext for war. Saddam Hussein was not a threat to the United States. Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11, and there were no weapons of mass destruction. But here's my question, and I want you to bear with me for a moment. If the soldiers fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan right now know that Bush not only killed innocent civilians on 9/11, but made up the reason for this war, and they are now killing innocent civilians in Iraq, why then would we support our troops? Are they not murderers themselves? Now, I know most military enlistees come from poor families, and they think that if they can get into the military and maybe shoot a couple of people, maybe they can get a free ride in college. So my point is I don't think we should support the troops. Not the ones in Iraq and Afghanistan anyway, because they are illegally killing civilians and soldiers on the other side who would not be killing them if we weren't over there. Now, of course, I support the military when they're doing things to protect this country. Vietnam, when they're patrolling our borders, when they are going to help in rescue operations. But a soldier in Iraq right now who was there killing people is doing so for fake reasons. And that's why we have things like Abu Ghraib, that's why we have rapes of women and children, and that's why we have servicemen throwing dogs off of cliffs. They are there because they enjoy killing and because they're going to get a free ride to college and maybe get some benefits. So no, I do not support those troops. I do not support the troops who stay in Iraq, who stay in Afghanistan, even though the proof is there that this is an unjust, illegal war. Who do I respect? I respect the thousands of soldiers who have gone AWOL, who have not re-enlisted, who joined 9/11 Truth and Veterans Against the Iraqi War Groups, who have fled to Canada. Those are the troops that I support, and I want to challenge you, those are the troops that you should be supporting. Now, of course, I hope that all of our soldiers, men and women in Iraq, come home safely. But the fact of the matter is, they're there for their own reasons. Who's taking care of them? The medics who are patching them up? Who are mostly gay, I might add. The linguists who are trying to intercept any communications, who are mostly gay, I might add. Those are the troops that I respect and support. But any Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marine member who was in Iraq holding a gun, killing people, because George Bush told them so, I do not support you.